Cheyenne. I slept at Sepp Brothers, exit 370. And this is Wyoming, of course. And then I started driving, and the truck didn't want to drive. You know, this big elevation here up to this point. I don't know, I was driving in gear 5, 6, you know, 7. Jeez, it was slow. And then of course you see this 5% grade, but it's so beautiful. You know, I'm on a schedule, right? I promised the guy I'll deliver tomorrow around lunchtime. But for me as an amateur photographer, this is like, you know, amazing. So I'll definitely stop somewhere because I know they're gonna be more scenic views. And I try different speeds, you know, of course I don't want to burn too much fuel, right? But I find that if I cruise at less than 100k an hour, 62, the truck does not get that reserve, you know, that you need when climbing hills. Like at 62, my RPM is about 1450. 1450. This is not the old style Cummins where you have to drive them like 1600. These actually like to be driven at lower RPM, but well, let's see what happens further down. Now this is just Wyoming. I'm kind of like, you know, waiting to see what's gonna happen with the truck in Utah when I go into real mountains. Nobody knows. It's like you take it slow. Okay, now you're doing 50 miles an hour, 45, then you're doing 165. I mean 62, 65. No big deal. You see now it's 1430. And I'm almost at 62. So yeah, so my cruising speed is basically, as always, is based on RPM. Okay, I choose the RPM that will give the truck enough reserve to climb hills, and I find that 1450 is perfect, you know, not too fast, not too slow. But yeah, I'm see, I'm outside of the green dots. 95 or 59, I'm on the last dot, which is supposed to be fuel efficiency. But what fuel efficiency when you have a load that weighs 76,000 pounds and my gross weight is what, 126? You know? And got my Utah permit this morning. I'm 2 hours, I'm thinking, yeah, I'm on mountain time right now. And so I woke up and I checked the time in Iowa, and I see that it's my permit company in Iowa is open. So I emailed them. I said, I'm missing one permit, Utah. And right away they sent it to me. I think it was sitting at the computer. They just, as soon as they showed up at work, so I have it. And it's pretty expensive. Like Utah was over 300 bucks. US, of course. Wyoming, I paid myself. It was 260. You know. So these two states, like the previous ones were like Iowa, I think was very cheap. Nebraska was not expensive. It was like 40 bucks, 50 bucks. But these guys over here charge you a lot of money. So yeah, so this is Laramie. Oh, check out the diesel price. 3:15. 3:15. I plan on stopping. My next stop, actually, what I put in my GPS, 100 miles away from here, at about exit 213 or something. There's a TA in Rawlins, Wyoming. They often have very cheap fuel, and I have just less than half a tank, and there's gonna be one scenic drive. Oh boy, I see mountains in the distance. The tops are covered with snow. Come on, people, it's July. Get rid of the snow. We don't want snow. It's a bit too early. Oh, a cab over. Spotted. The guy has no clue. He probably doesn't even know he's driving a cab over. Me? Yeah, you, sir, in the orange truck. Oh, well, that's what we all drive over here. Alrighty then. Yeah, sorry for the dirty windshield, I forgot. Oh, and yesterday I did check the oil in differentials. Waited about an hour at that SAP service center. They showed me the oil. They said it's a bit black, but like it used to, like, you know, it's slightly worn but not burnt. The level's okay. He says full differentials, full transmission, and they want me to pay them 60 bucks. I said, wait, 60 bucks? It took you guys like, I don't know, 10 minutes? I waited for you for like hour and a half. Okay, hold on. All right, $25. I said, yeah, that's more like it. So she charged me for quarter of an hour, which is like shop's minimum. I think it was like $29. But really, they didn't sell me any oil. They didn't do anything. So this is what it's like climbing hills. So the fan is on automatic. I'm not touching it now. Yeah, because it's too many hills. You know, yesterday I was doing it manually. Now I cannot do it. So this is 7 high, and I had to come to almost to a stop because there's a construction at the bottom of this hill. And now 1250, we're gonna upshift. 7 low. All right. So far so good. $12.50. 6 high. Look at this. Now 1270, 1260. See, falling down. 1250. 6 low. My front axle is a 200F. Second drive axle is 190, 180. Oil is yeah, it's always like that, like somewhere 240, I think. And transmission is 240. Okay, and now basically I'm waiting till the RPM reaches 1600. Otherwise I start losing speed again before, you know, upshifting. 1570, 1590, 1600, 6 high. Come on. 1500, 1550. 16. 7 low. So very exciting. Very exciting. You know, it's no time to get bored. 1600. 7 high. As you are picking up speed. If I shift too soon, I start losing speed. 1600. 8 low. Alright, now we can shut off the signals because I'm above 50 miles an hour. Okay, 1530, 1550, 1570, 1600. 8 high. Speed 95 k an hour, 59 miles per hour. Let's go to 100. Cruise control on. And that's how you climb hills in Wyoming. Now, what is that flashing light about? Let's check it out. Speed limit 65. Okay. I'm nowhere near that, right? I'm like 62, but yeah, going down, I'm like, now I'm 65. You see, there's construction. Like the same thing that every few miles they have this. They close bridges, like one lane. And it's about 14 feet wide, but you know, I still have to slow down because you know, it's a bit stressful to go through there. But I think this one, no, I see the concrete barrier, so it's gonna be narrow. Now let me show you guys. So that's why I had to slow down before that hill. When they make it this narrow, like, why do you need so much space? I feel like and the speed limit is 65. Yeah, right. And now we go through the same procedure again. This is 5 low. High. Seven low. And I see again signs construction. What the heck? So 7 high and we're climbing up. For now I'll just stay in 8 low because it's not gonna last. I will have to shift anyway, so well, I try to clean up the windshield a little bit. This is Rollins, and we are rolling. Well, almost. just printed out and started my Utah permit, and it had a few surprises. Surprise number one, there's a curfew from 3 to 6, right, in the Salt Lake, around Salt Lake area. So basically I cannot be on I-15 at Salt Lake City. But from here, my next stop is Little America, Wyoming. It's a name of town and also name of the travel center. And that's still 130 miles. 230 kilometers, right? So it'll take me 2 hours, and that's exit 68. Yeah, 68. So it's still 68 miles to Utah, and then of course. And then of course there's still you need to reach Salt Lake City. So time now is 11:30. So I'll be in leaving Little America probably 12:30, 1:30, 2 o'clock local time. Check out the fuel, 361, unbelievable. I thought over here would be cheap. Had to buy 75 gallons. So yeah, so I'll reach 12:30, 1:30, half an hour break. So at 2 o'clock I'm gonna leave Little America, right? And then it's 1 hour to the border, and then probably another hour to Salt Lake City, right? And so 3, 4. So I'll be at Salt Lake City at 4 o'clock. Yeah. And so there's no sense in rushing now because of this. And that's only when you exceed 10 feet. 10 feet in width. But the good news is that the sunset is at 9 o'clock local time. So after the curfew is lifted at 6 o'clock, I can drive another 3 hours if I have hours on my e-log. Alright, that's one thing I have to juggle now. And another news, another surprise, a bit less pleasant, is that there's something going on I-15 between exits 22 and 28. So all loads that are wider than 11 feet require one escort. So 6 miles, you need one escort. What do you think that escort will charge to escort you through the construction zone? $250 minimum US.
Continue on I-80 west for 226 kilometers.
Yeah, but the worst part is that it might affect my plans to deliver tomorrow, because you know I don't have time now to call and look for an escort. So I will have to do it when I'm sitting there waiting for the curfew to end near Salt Lake City, and I'll try to find somebody for tomorrow. But I gotta do it because my permit says go on I-15. I cannot go on any secondary roads, and then it says one escort is required, and I'm 11. Well, my permit says 11.4 because I want it to be safe, but in reality I'm like 11.3. And it's not the tracks, like the tracks are 11 feet, but it's those little steps on the side. They stick out probably 1.5, 2 inches on each side. Probably more like 1.5. But because of that, you know, if they stop me, they might say, hey, let us take a look at your permit. You seem wide. And then he looks at the permit. Hey, 11.4. Okay, come here. You know? So anyway, delivering tomorrow, hopefully. Yeah, this plastic on the steering column here, very shallow. It creates lots of echoes. Now there were some comments in there I just read on the video I uploaded. Now check out this guy. I'm doing 53 miles an hour. He passes me and he was just doing, I don't know, 52. I guess his bikes are too heavy over there on the back. Anyway, so one guy says, how is the engine brake compared to the Mac? The engine brake is excellent. Like I wrote in the comment there, first of all, it's much stronger, has more braking power, and secondly has 3 positions, whereas the Mac only had 2. And last advantage is this, on this truck it's over here, right? It's this little stem, so I can just flip it like this and I see how many positions what the position I'm at. Like now I'm position 2, yes, position 3. On the Mac I had to reach out over here. The brake was here, you know. And it's the same thing. I had to go to Kenworth for this, but they had to open the settings and adjust the brake. So now I can be cruising if I set up like this. See that green logo of a little turbo or something? That's the brake, right? And it'll apply automatically, I think around 6 miles over. So if I'm cruising at 60, it'll apply at 66 when I'm going downhill. And then the truck power, yeah, one guy was asking about the truck power. Well, first of all these trucks, the Mac, if you remember, I was pretty much disappointed with the Mac during the first few months, but then I changed the axle ratio from 391 to 410. It picked up some power, and then about 4 or 5 months after I bought it, it also became stronger. So it just needed some breaking in. And last but not least, that Mac constantly had a leak of air in the fuel system, if you guys remember, and it would lose all fuel in the fuel lines overnight. And the last probably, I don't know, 6 months, 12 months, when I discovered this, I was each morning I was pumping, using that manual pump to pump fuel in the system. Then the truck drove okay. Otherwise my fuel mileage was down, there was air in the system, you know. And I went to the Mac, they could not find it. So so this feels as a stronger truck, definitely, you know, like not by much, but it is, you know, 605 horsepower, and the torque is higher, right? 2050 torque. So we'll see what happens 3-4 months down the road, because right now I only have less than 32,000 kilometers. So 10 miles is 16, so it's like 20,000 miles. It's a brand new truck, and actually that's why it's good that I'm driving through all these mountains with heavy loads, you know, so it gets a real nice breaking in, because a lot of people were saying don't baby the Cummins, right? Give it a workout. And I'm, you know, I'm not forcing it, but I'm not pampering it either. So hopefully when the break-in period is over, the truck will pull still better than it pulls now. I want the power. I want the full power. Give me the power. Give me my horsepower that I paid for, that I'm paying every month for. So for now I'll just stick to 97 k an hour. That's 60 miles an hour. Afraid I was going into mountains, you know. So 22 miles to my next stop, Little America. The weather's good. The only problem is it's very windy and it's a headwind. Yeah, Little America, see, 20 miles. And I'm in Utah. Just went through the scale, the port of entry. And they said, SERGEI DRATCHEV heavy haul. Hey, we watch your videos. No, I'm just kidding. I went on a scale, it says maximum speed, and it's all flashing. On the scale, 10 miles per hour. We have to crawl through the scale, and I lowered my window in case they want to say something nice through the speaker. Nothing, no hello, no bye-bye. And then I look at the monitors over there, like where they can give me a message, park or leave, you know. All the monitors are dead. So like I kept crawling at 10 miles an hour. Nobody's stopping me, so I just kept going. I saw they were dealing with the other big oversized. The guy has like 15 axles, 10 escort cars, you know. So they were busy writing tickets to that guy, so I got lucky. So not there's nothing wrong with me, but or my load, but you know, the fewer times you talk to DOT, the better, because they can always find something, you know, because that's their job, right? That's how they make money. It's not, like I always say, it has nothing to do with safety, and it has everything to do with revenue and income for the state. It's just one more venue for the state to collect, to increase revenue, kind of like tax, right? So I bet they would love to do that to cars, you know, to like regular car drivers, but they're still working on that. But I think in the future they will just start doing car inspections, you know, when a port of entry, all cars must stop, you know, and they will check your tire pressure, they will check your logbook, give you a big ticket. So anyways, I'm just east of Salt Lake City, and I know there are gonna be some major mountains up ahead, and I'm trying to get past Salt Lake City and shut down past that curfew zone, because I waited in Little America, Wyoming, to give myself time, so I'm here. See, like now it's 8:08 Eastern time, so it's 6:08 local time, so curfew is lifted at 6. And I'm not sure where it starts over here north of Salt Lake, but I know it ends at exit 261 on I-15. And incidentally, 261 is also the exit for a Flying J. And so I decided, hey, that's cool, you know. So if I spend the night there, then in the morning I don't have to be concerned about the curfew. I can, you know, leave anytime. But yeah, in the morning I think it's like 7 to 9, kind of like what they do in Pennsylvania. 7 to 9. I think over here it's 4:30 to 6 or 4 to 6, but I know 6. You cannot be on I-15 and 215 and 80 near Salt Lake before 6, Monday through Friday. And so 261, that means that I'm 250 miles, I will be 250 miles away from my consignee, because he's somewhere around exit 10 on I-15. So all I gotta do tomorrow is just drive this 250 miles, which is roughly 4 hours of driving, and get rid of this Tiger Cat, which pulls me back pretty good on mountains, you know. Like I gotta slow down because it is a lot of weight, and it doesn't look that bad, you know. I was walking towards the truck from the restaurant, and this thing looks like a toy, you know, from a distance. Hey, a baby excavator or a baby fella buncher. And then when you come close, you see all these massive cylinders, this reinforced frame at the near the house, you know. And there's bad traffic over there on I-15, but I'm not going like that. I'm not going 80 to 15. I'm going 80 to 15, 15. So I should be able to bypass that bad traffic. And we have 150 kilometers, just 90 miles to go. How are we for the logbook over there? 2:44, 2 hours 45 minutes left for today. I think that should be okay. I think I should be able to do 90 miles in 2 hours and 45 minutes. What do you guys think? Beautiful scenery over here. Love these mountains. bit sharp. No signs. I don't do this often, right? But I'm telling you, I was driving through that Wyoming. It's love it. You know, these open spaces. You know, you see animals. I saw quite a few deer in the distance. It would be cool to live, you know, in an area like this. I love mountains. I love forests. But the problem is there's no freight in here, like for me, you know. Maybe Salt Lake City, I don't know. So I'm switched, like the I-80 went like this to the left and south. 84 went north. The views are unbelievable. And so are the hills. Alright, what do we got? Salt Lake, 49. Wow. So, 49 miles to Salt Lake. I think that guy was doing like 100 miles an hour. Crazy. Remember these. I just passed a sign that said next 5 miles 50-mile-an-hour curves, and it goes like this next to a river. The speed limit for trucks for some reason now is 55. Maybe just for this area. Like I said, I don't come here that often. Okay, mile marker 153, so I need 130. That's I-215 south. Like a little shortcut to I-15. Salt Lake City, I-15 south. Crazy hot. Plus 35 Celsius. I think that's about 95, 97 F. Cruise now is set at 62.15 miles per hour. 100 k per hour in Canadian. Because I really need to get to that Flying J before I run out of hours. And we have 46 kilometers, so 25 miles is 40, so 46 another 3 miles, so 28 miles. So I should be there in 30 minutes. ETA 7:50 p.m. local time. crazy traffic, especially on that I-215 that I had to take, like a shortcut between I-80 and I-15. But now all is good. We're moving well. Change the lane. Too late now. Almost there. My goal for today was to reach that spot. Yeah, it's mile marker 288 and I need 261. Yeah, 27 miles. No big deal. At least I went through Salt Lake, so I don't have to deal with it in the morning. That's always a good thing. Check out those mountains in my mirror. Wow. Unbelievable.